Coach, a huge win today. Just how proud are you of the way that the team was able to kind of close this one out in the fourth quarter, the way that they did with the drive and then ultimately the stop?
Yeah, it was certainly not pretty. We made ourselves work for it. The good news is when our backs were against the wall, we responded time and time again. When our offense needed to make a drive, it answered with a drive. When the defense needed to make a stop, it made the stop. And in the bottom line, that I told our players, again, that's what championship programs are all about. Everybody faces adversity throughout the year. Did we play our cleanest game? No, far from it. But when it mattered and it was a moment to get the victory, our guys came through on just about every single time.
You mentioned it's ugly and kind of being able to win an ugly game. How big is that to be on this side of a game like this and to show that you are able to kind of grit through a game where maybe the team isn't at its best?
Yeah, no, I mean, and we certainly weren't at our best, and I don't want to take anything away from Fordham because Fordham played tremendously well. Their quarterback had by far his best game of the season. They've struggled offensively, and we held them in check, but then gave up several explosive plays. So I don't want to take anything away from that program. I mean, they could have easily packed it in at a 1-8 record, but they're much more talented than their record shows on paper, and they fought really hard today. That being said, I think we have a lot of ways that we know we can fix some issues. And these are the types of games that it's kind of best to have that, to win a football game despite those deficiencies, despite the mistakes, the penalties, the poor decisions, things like that. You're in a excellent position as from a coaching standpoint to talk about these things after win, not after a heartbreaking loss.
Ralph was under a ton of pressure throughout the game. Just how proud of you of the way that he was able to kind of step up so many times and evade it and just handle it as a leader on the field.
Yeah, we knew going in two things. Number one, we were down a couple of offensive linemen, down our star tailback, and facing a defense that was second best in the league, and what was best about them was their pass rush. Some four very experienced football players that had a ton of starts between them on their defensive line. And we knew it was going to be a struggle. We were not surprised. They were as advertised. They played hard, and Ralph got sacked 3 times in the first half and really was kind of running around just to stay alive. And fortunately, he was able to do so, particularly in that 2-minute drive at the end of the first half, which we executed so well and was able to get in the end zone to get us the lead at halftime. But second half, he really got better and better. 3 sacks in the first half, 0 sacks in the second half. I think he had 1 rush that was right close to being a sack, but I don't think it was credited because he got back to the line of scrimmage. So just another unbelievable job of just the entire offense to step up when it needed to, and to finish this game without a single turnover on offense was absolutely huge.
With Lehigh beating Holy Cross today, huge game next week. Does it feel good I mean, I'm sure it feels good to be in that position going into that, but, does it feel good to have the pressure of going into that situation next week with all that'll be at stake up in Worcester?
Yeah, absolutely. It's what you want as a coach, right? You want that moment. You want the pressure. You want to be in those big football games, and obviously we have 2 games to go, and each of them are going to be huge. No one is left in the league without a league loss right now, so we're back a tie at first place, and it's going to scramble here. The team that goes 2-0 is going to win that championship. So we're in the driver's seat. We control our own destiny, and we got no one else to blame if we drop either of these last 2. Obviously, we're focused 100% now after we enjoy this one here tonight towards Holy Cross and next week, and this is another program that's kind of been the benchmark over the last 8 years or so in Patriot League play. They've won more championships than any in that span, and they're still a very good opponent, but they do have 1 loss in the league, as do we. So it's not really a winner-take-all situation because you still got another game afterwards, but it's gives you an opportunity to take another gigantic step towards getting that trophy.
All right, it's Bucknell head football coach Dave Cicchini. Thanks so much.